Welcome back here, Totally Frank. We're being totally frank here with SA President Chrissy Ballesteros. Let's talk a little about yourself now. We talked more about generally about SA and what it entails and how to get involved. Well, let's talk about you, Chrissy. You obviously started out working in some form of SA government. How did you work your way up to becoming president?
My freshman year, actually, my second semester as a freshman, I became a senator for about 2 weeks and realized that really wasn't my forte. I loved helping the students, but I wanted to get involved in more of a PR broadcasting role as a broadcasting major to see what I really could do there. So the next year I applied for the Director of Communications, which really worked on developing commercials, working with the media groups to bring them into the internal side of SA so we could branch out to the students. That next year I was hired to be the Director of Student Affairs, which I just completed this past year, where I really worked with student organizations, worked with students individually, held direct assembly so that all organizations could come together to voice their concerns, ideas, and just things that they had to offer to the Student Association. As well as my biggest thing was to listen to the student voice, because they pay this activity fee and they don't realize that their activity fee goes to the Student Association. So that was my biggest campaign last year, was to make students aware of what they were paying for. Right. It led me to this presidency, and I have to say it's probably one of the most rewarding experiences that I've ever faced in college. And just the help and the leadership between faculty, staff, and students has really pushed me this far. So I thank them, and thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming. Is it a lot of work to be a full-time student and be the SA president? Is that a difficult task?
Oh, absolutely. It's a lot of work and a lot of time management goes into the position. But it's something that I'm extremely passionate about, so I find time to do both. We are facing difficult issues with the tuitioning and the increase this year, going up $620 a year. Yeah. Sustainability is a huge project that we need to tackle, and you need to find students that are willing to lead other students in the right direction. With my experience, I've seen the pros and cons of each administration, and with that I've been able to put those together to really push my administration to move forward in the right direction. It's a difficult task, it really is, and you have to take it one day at a time, one step at a time. But the passion driven behind my directors and myself is truly remarkable, and I have them to thank for getting us this far. So it's a wonderful experience, and it is a lot of work.
So is there anything specific like that you're working on for this semester that you could tell us about and give us an idea of what SA does?
One of my big initiatives is not really common within the Student Association, but it's a diversity initiative. About a year ago in the spring of '08, I started a diversity campaign called Code Unity, which was a diversity campaign to educate students on race, culture, religion, sexual orientation, so that you could break that barrier of what you fear is what you don't know. This campaign is to bring all cultural organizations together so that they're not, I don't want to say segregating themselves into their own cultures, but just bringing them back. Right. So that we're all embracing culture together, so that we're able to educate students on issues. So if something like the burning of the Quran does happen again, it's not that students are breaking away from it because they don't care, it's just because they don't understand.
Right, absolutely.
So by engaging their knowledge in, okay, well this is how this religion works, and this is how this affected these students, we can help them, and we can help to kind of bring in that climate of a more comfortable feeling, I guess you could say. Another project that we're working on is the sustainability initiative, right. Which is our Go Green initiative. We have a Go Green team. We just work on various issues on campus. For example, in the campus center, we have the skylights that run across the spine. During the day, when we have all these windows that are providing so much light, it's wasting energy for us. So projects like that, educating students on how to recycle, educating frats and sororities how to recycle. So we're really opening up and branching out to the community as well.
I've had a lot of students ask me about the sustainability of wind power along Lake Ontario, and they always wondering why it's, in 2009, or almost the end of 2009 now, why hasn't anything come of that? Is it just the expense, or is there?
Well, I mean, in a time like now, I mean, in the economic recession that we're in, we have to look at expense as well. I can tell you that the school is looking into those wind-powered machines. There has been talk about them. But when they're coming, I can't really be too sure about that, just because of the times that we're facing right now. It'd be wonderful if we had some anonymous grant just come in, and just give us that money. That'd be great. I think we'd love it. But who's to say when that comes, or when Obama decides to pull us out of this rut, and, well, when we really pull ourselves out of this rut. So.
Yeah. So it's coming, it just takes time.
Yeah, it just takes time.
It just takes time. All right. Well, Chrissy, thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you
Hope
for
you
having
can
me.
stick around and for the rest of the show.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll take a quick break and we will come back and we will be joined by a great band, Dreams from Gin. You're not going to miss that. Stay with us.